While summer may make the living easy for most of us, our plants must work harder to survive in warmer temperatures. Join us as we prepare your landscape to go a few rounds in the summer heat. The rule of thumb for summer: patience is a virtue. Wait until fall to establish new plants, especially less hardy varieties, and put your focus now on helping existing plants survive the heat of summer. Fragile plants and succulents will benefit from any shelter you can provide from the harsh sun and high winds, common to summers in the Mojave Desert.
Well, plants in the summer months are going to require a lot more attention, so we want to watch for signs of wilting, sunburn, any yellowing to leaves, and those are indications that they're going to need a little bit more care and protection. Containers are a little bit easier because they can be moved into shadier locations for protection. They can also be nestled into another container to give them a little bit of insulation so that hot sun isn't beating right on the root zone of the plants. And plants that are in the ground, if necessary, we can add shade cloth to those. And shade cloth can be purchased at nurseries and hardware stores. It's sold by the foot, can be applied for the summer months. And watering is something that we're going to probably need to do at a little bit more frequent of a rate. So we still want to water deeply and infrequently, so we're really aiming to do a root depth for most plants of about a foot, shrubs about 2 feet, trees at least 3 feet, and we want to do a width of at least the canopy of the shrub or tree to make sure we're adequately watering.
Tuck in your plants under a layer of mulch for another great insulator. Besides acting as a top dressing, mulch helps plants stay healthy by encouraging root development. It serves as a weed barrier while cooling the soil during the hot summer months.
So inorganic mulch would be things like gravel, glass, rubber, anything that breaks down very slowly or doesn't break down at all. And organic mulch breaks down fairly quickly, things like compost, bark, grass clippings, leaves. But the added bonus of organic mulches is they break down, and as they're breaking down, they add nutrients to the plants and also help to improve the soil texture and quality, as well as moisture retaining abilities of the soil.
Another key to plant health is proper watering. While everyday watering is permitted in summer, this is more suited to lawns watered by sprinklers. For your plants, the key to success is a longer, deeper drip watering a few times a week, usually 30 to 90 minutes at a time, depending on your emitter volumes. Early morning watering will help prevent evaporation and water loss. If any of your plants appear to be withering, more water may not be the answer. Check for a broken or clogged drip emitter and ensure emitters are close enough to the plant to deliver water properly. As plants grow, you will need to move emitters outward to reach extended plant roots, or even add emitters for greater water needs. In addition, watering restrictions allow for hand watering dry spots or stressed plants at any time. Restrictions prohibit planting cool season grasses such as tall fescue or rye from May 1st to September 1st. Before you plant any grass, check the turf limits in your area to ensure you meet code requirements. If you already have an established lawn that needs warm weather help, it's not too late to aerate your turf.
Aeration is removing a core plug of soil from turf, and it improves compaction, it improves the ability for water to penetrate the soil, and improves root growth and gas exchange, as well as nutrient uptake. So it's a great time after you aerate to apply fertilizer or compost. If you're using compost, you want to make sure that it's finely screened to about 3/8 of an inch, and you only apply 1/4 to 1/2 an inch deep so you're not smothering the turf, and then water it right in. And so this will fill in some of those plugs. Also, the plugs will remain on the top of the rest of the turf, and it's okay. They'll naturally just break down over the course of a few weeks.
Are you ready to say goodbye to high water bills and regular lawn maintenance? Summer is a good time to remove turf and create a water-smart landscape design for fall installation. The SNWA's Water Smart Landscapes rebate program offers residents and businesses $1.50 per square foot of grass removed and replaced with water-efficient landscaping, with some restrictions. You must apply and receive a pre-site review before removing any grass, but don't let that stop you from putting your ideas down on paper. You can make a list of drought-tolerant plants to replace the ones that may not make it through the summer, or draw up an entire landscape plan. Visit snwa.com for free landscape designs, a list of water-smart contractors, and a searchable plant database, complete with photos and information to help you select water-efficient plants for your new landscape. If your green thumb is just itching to put plants in the ground, remember, summer planting is not an all-or-nothing proposition. Some hardy, desert-adapted plants and ground covers will thrive in the heat when others are suffering.
Planting in the summertime is always a bit challenging. It can be done, but a lot of plants are going to thrive and do a lot better if you wait until fall. When the temperatures are cooler, the soil is still warm, so you have really good root growth, but they're not as stressed being in the ground. If you plant in the summer, you really have to provide a constant lifeline to keep them thriving until fall, when they're actually going to perform well. One thing to keep in mind is natives are always going to perform best for us because, of course, they're naturally adapted to the local conditions. And there are a lot of desert adapted plants that will also do very well in our conditions. But something to keep in mind are a lot of plants that are available out in nurseries and box stores. They don't necessarily always perform well for us in our hottest temperatures and our coldest temperatures. So just bear in mind that some plants that are offered for sale can be treated as annuals or planted in containers and brought in the coldest and the warmest months.
Survival is just another great attribute of many water-smart plants. Help your landscape beat the heat and keep your plants and lawn healthy during the desert's toughest season. Reporting for Waterways, I'm Christine Vaughn.